There is absolutely nothing to fear when it comes to negative energy, no matter what images come to mind. Negative energy is portrayed and kind of shown to us differently to how it actually is in things like movies, and there's nothing to fear. But with that being said, it is really important that we do clear negative energies from our space, because when we have a buildup of negative energies, they can affect us in really problematic ways. So in this video, I'm going to be explaining what negative energy is, why is it important to clear it, and then I'm going to give you a technique and a guided meditation that you can use daily to clear out negative energies. As usual, thank you so much for your comments. Thank you so much for subscribing. What is negative energy and why is it important to clear it? I want you to imagine that there are different layers of reality, and this layer of reality that we are currently sensing with our 5 senses is the physical reality. This is where we have material objects, where we have concrete objects, and we perceive things to be separate from one another. There is also another layer of reality. I was recently reading Synchrodestiny by Deepak Chopra, and in his book he explains the layers of reality, and he explains the next level as the quantum domain, and this is where matter and energy, the lines between matter and energy are blurred. This is the realm of information and energy. It's kind of like everything that's happening in the background that we cannot perceive with our 5 senses, but nevertheless everything that is happening in this domain, this domain of energy and information, is affecting our physical lives, our bodies and our environment. So that's why it's important to make sure that our space is clear of negative energies, any negative energies that we might have picked up on or have become attached to us. So what is negative energy? Negative energy is basically anything that cuts us off from our power. Till Swan says this in her video about energy vampires. When we feel drained of our power, it's because we are thinking thoughts that are restricting us from the energy flow that comes directly from our source, our soul. And when we accumulate this negative energy that cuts us off from our power, we end up attracting toxic situations, toxic relationships into our lives, maybe even diseases, and it can really affect us on a physical level in terms of our body, also in terms of the situations that we experience. I'm going to give you an example of a couple different types of negative energy. I'm not going to go through them all in this video because there is a lot of different types of negative energy, but I'm just going to give you a few so that you can start to understand what negative energy is, because it's not exactly how it's portrayed in movies and pop culture. So the first type of negative energy is negative thoughts. For example, thoughts like bad things always happen to me, or beliefs like I am not worthy, I'm not worthy of love, things like that. All of these accumulated negative thoughts, if we are believing these thoughts and we are completely identified with these thoughts, we're going to keep attracting more situations, more relationships, or maybe even health issues that reflect our beliefs back to us, because we live in this reality that is based on the law of attraction. Our reality is reflecting back to us our inner world. And negative thoughts can also be like negative intentions that we put towards others. So in this quantum domain that I was talking about, the energy, the realm of energy and information, everything is connected. So in this physical realm, we perceive everything to be separate, but actually in the quantum realm, even quantum physics is proving this and showing this, that everything is connected. So when we are sending negative intentions to other people, that just cycles back to us, and that actually affects us. So when we understand that everything is connected and we are all connected on a soul conscious level, we can understand that anything we're doing to others we're just doing to ourselves. And the more of these negative thoughts that we are identified with, the more that we will attract into our field. Another example of negative energy is toxic relationships or unhealthy relationships that are the result of weak boundaries. This technique that I'm going to show you today, that I'm going to talk you through, the guided meditation, is actually a process of starting to strengthen our boundaries. An example of these unhealthy relationships are win-lose relationships, relationships that do not serve both parties. If you're in one of these relationships, maybe you are putting the needs of someone else before your own and neglecting your own needs. Maybe you are saying yes to things that your body, your mind, your soul actually is saying no to. And this is an example of weak boundaries. So as you can see from the examples of the negative energies that I'm giving you, it really is in our power to clear ourselves from negative energies and to start to attract more positive energy into our life. The higher our vibration is, the less that negative energies can affect us. They kind of just like bounce off from us once we learn to increase our vibration and strengthen our boundaries and our auras. Is this making sense, guys? If any questions are bubbling up, please put them in the comment section and I will respond to you and answer any questions that you have. As I said, I could make a whole video on the types of negative energies, so if you want me to do this, let me know. I am a big believer that if we clean up our inner worlds, then this will be reflected on earth. And this is really the way that we can start creating heaven on earth, is by going inside and clearing up our own inner space. I noticed that when I was cleaning, that I wouldn't necessarily notice dust until I really looked at it. And this is the same when it comes to clearing up our inner worlds. And that the dust represents symbolically negative energy. So we might not notice these negative energies, this dust, until we really look closely and see, oh, I didn't notice that was there. Let me clear it up. It's the same with these meditations. You might go into these meditations, and when you do, if you haven't done anything like this before, you might start to notice thoughts or memories or feelings that come up that you didn't know were there before. So in this video, I'm going to give you a visualization meditation to clear the space in your room or your house or anywhere that you're staying. It can literally be anywhere. I like to do this in my room quite frequently. And you can also do this same visualization to your body as well. But for this one today, we're going to clean up the energetic space of the room. Just a side note, guys, there's so many ways to clear up energetic space and clear up negative energies. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to show you an effective way to do this. And all you need is your imagination. All you need is your imagination, as we're going to be doing a visualization. So step one, we're going to be grounding ourselves. Grounding is a term that is used in many different spiritual and healing groups. Being grounded essentially means that you are in your body, that you are present and available for anything that happens, and you are aware of your surroundings. It is important to ground because it keeps us in touch with the earth whilst we're doing any psychic work, working in the non-physical realms. So I invite you to come and take a seat with your back relatively straight. You want to have your feet both touching the ground, the floor. Make sure that your arms and legs are uncrossed. You might want to put your hands face up on your thighs and close your eyes. And now use your breath to bring your attention to the center of your head. Allowing any stray thoughts to pass like clouds. Observing them. Noticing when you do have stray thoughts, and then bringing your conscious presence back to the center of your head. So take a couple of deep breaths and notice how much your body is able to expand with your breath. Are there any areas in your body that do not expand? With every breath, consciously expand more and more of your body until you are inhaling as far down into your spine or lower back as possible. And with every breath, feel more alive and more relaxed in your body. Breathe into your feet. Notice how they feel. Bringing more aliveness into your feet with every breath. Now, if you are a man, imagine a tube running from the base of your spine all the way to the center of the earth. If you're a woman, you're going to imagine the tube running from halfway between your navel and the base of your spine, or between your ovaries. And imagine this tube running all the way down to the earth. Keep your consciousness in the center of your head as you visualize this tube. What does it look like? Is it a cord of light? A rope? A wire? A pole? Maybe it's made of wood. Whatever appears in your mind's eye is absolutely fine, and it will be different for everyone. And you're welcome to change the colour of the cord, whatever feels best for you. Now see this cord move through all the layers of the earth until it reaches the centre of the earth. If you live high up in an apartment building, imagine the cord going through all the layers of the building until it gets to the earth. If you become aware of any pain or emotion, allow yourself to explore these feelings with your breath. If you need to pause the video to be with any feelings of discomfort until they ease, then I encourage you to do so. Usually when we place our attention onto them, they ease quite quickly. The purpose is not to try and get rid of any pain, but to just be with it and explore it. And now imagine a new grounding cord, but this one is going to be in the center of your house or the space that you want to clear. Watch it extend to the center of the earth, keeping your consciousness in the center of your head. Watching the cord travel through all the layers of the earth. Does this cord look the same? Or is it different? And now imagine a ball of golden light in the center of the space that you want to clear. And allow this golden light to expand, slowly expanding so that it surrounds your entire home or space. Watch the light fill up every corner of the room, every corner of the space. And now set the following intention. I cleanse this space of any negative energy and fill it with light and positive energy. This ball of light will stay intact until I do this process again, and so it is. And now start to bring your attention back to your physical body. Start with your fingers and your toes. Gradually move and wiggle. And when you are ready, open your eyes. How did you find the visualization, guys? Let me know in the comments below. I encourage you, if you want to cleanse your space, to do this daily. And it will get easier. If you struggle to stay focused, or you kept getting, your mind was drifting, that's completely normal. The more you practice this, the easier it will get, and the more you will get practiced at staying focused and keeping with your visualization. So just keep practicing, and soon you'll be able to do it instantly, just really quickly get this done every morning or whenever you want to do it. But that is it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this practice, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for your comments. Thank you so much for subscribing.